Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you a few little things. Well, showing you something interesting that I discovered in-game the other day whilst playing on my multiplayer server. Right now, I'm here on Elm Creek, and as you can see, I'm doing a little bit of subsoiling because, well, unfortunately, the crop planted on this field is not what I want on this field, and I need to change it to a different crop. However, none of my seeders have direct drill functionality, so obviously I need to either cultivate or plough the field so I can actually plant something new. Now normally that would be an absolute pain in the butt, because obviously that is a process that takes a long time. However, as you can see, I am blessed with speed, so it's not going to take as long as I first predicted. Okay, now straight away people are going to say, hang on a minute, you are using a cultiplow to subsoil your field, and you are currently cultivating at 23 kilometers per hour. 24. Okay. Now that 26, 27, okay, we're starting to break the speed records now for subsoiling. This is not a modified subsoiler anyway. I have not edited its speed in any way to make it faster. I've not modified the tractor in any way to make it, you know, any faster or ridiculous. What I have discovered is that speed farming still exists within Farm Sim 22. However, to do it now, you have to do things a little bit different. For those of you who have played previous Farm Sim games, FS19, FS17, you may remember there was a little trick you could do with certain tools and pieces of equipment whereby if you double tapped the fold button whilst you had the equipment in its operating position, you would kind of glitch it out and be able to drive at, you know, almost the vehicle's speed with the tool. You'd override and bypass the equipment speed. Okay. Well, obviously, in Farm Sim 22, Giants patched and removed that. It was no longer possible, ladies and gents, to double tap the button. As soon as you double tap the button, the fold key, it stops doing what it's supposed to do, ladies and gents. Okay. Which is perfectly fine, you know. However, there is a way you can do it. And now, before everybody rushes to hit the dislike button, okay, on the video, I am no way encouraging this. This is just one of those things. It's fun to know it's still available. It's still possible to do. I don't encourage people to actually use it. I'm not going to be using it in any of my videos. Okay. It's something that, you know, is not realistic in any way, shape or form. I mean, especially as I'm using a JCB fast track to pull the plough or the subsoiler. Okay. And this thing, the JCB does not have enough horsepower. The subsoiler requires 435 horsepower, yet the fast track is pulling it almost over 10 kilometers an hour faster than it's supposed to be able to travel. So this little trick, not only does it bypass the speed of the equipment, it also seems to bypass the horsepower requirement as well. And I'm going to show you how it works, ladies and gents, and how you can do it. Now, there are a couple of things I want to point out. From my testing, after I discovered this thing, it only works with certain types of equipment. It only works with certain tools, okay? Very specific, and we'll get into that in a moment or two. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hire a worker at this point and let him carry on subsoiling, and like I say, he's going to rip through this field very, very quickly for me. Now what we'll do is we'll move over to my seeder. Now here's my lovely John Deere 9R with my Great Plains seeder on the back. Okay, I'll show you what it is that basically enables this to work. Now, obviously, from the outside looking in, okay, doesn't seem to be a whole lot out of the ordinary with this thing, okay? If I disconnect the seeder and pull away, anybody notice anything different about my tractor? Anybody? Would it help if I did that? Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Echo Drawbar. This is a mod, okay, available on the Farm Simulator mod hub in-game that you can download. The purpose of this tool, okay, the purpose of the drawbar, okay, when you put it onto your tractor, okay, your vehicle of choice, you basically change where pieces of equipment attach. Rather than attaching to your tractor in here, okay, they're attaching here. And what does that mean? Well, normally, on a lot of vehicles, that means that the implement or tool that you are attaching to your tractor is now actually going to be a few feet further away. Which means on certain types of tractors and equipment, when you are turning, you no longer run into the problem whereby the tractor hits the tool it's towing, okay? It gives you a bit more space. Now, I originally found this on the JCB, because obviously the JCB is one of those peculiar little tractors that has all-wheel steering, okay? I'm also not too sure why he's actually going over ground I've already seeded, already subsoiled. So I'll quickly move him down to the next row. So I actually got the drawbar, and you can see it on the back there, and you can see on this tractor far better, actually, how the drawbar functions in extending the connection point between the tool and the tractor, which basically means when I'm turning with the JCB, I can turn. I can. My turning circle is decreased. I can turn much tighter circles. Okay. Much tighter circles. And I'm much more manoeuvrable without hitting the tool behind me. That's what the drawbar function is for, okay? And that's why the drawbar is a mod and why it exists. However, I discovered yesterday a side effect, a lovely, wonderful side effect of using the drawbar on certain particular pieces of equipment, certain, you know, types of tools, and what happens basically when you are using certain tools. So I'm going to put some seed in my planter. Now this is obviously the Great Plains planter here, and again, it's not modified in any way. It's not been, I've not edited anything on it. It is exactly as you find it in game or as you download it from the mod hub. So it's an, you know, 18 meter or 17.8 meter planter. It operates at about, I think, 12 kilometers per hour. Requires quite a bit of horsepower, obviously, because it's a near 18 meter planter. So it's on the back of the 9RX. So, of course, when I come to... Oh, he's still going the wrong way, that JCB fella. He's still driving the wrong way. Maybe we'll move him once more. You want to do the field this way, pal? Start in the other bottom corner and do it. So yeah, speed farming, it is possible. However, now it's dependent on you having a mod downloaded and it only works with certain types of equipment. So we'll hire the worker again. Right. Let's unfold my planter. I'm going to be planting some oats on this lovely strip. Now again, this machine is supposed to operate. We go into the store, we have a look at planters, and we find it 15 kilometers per hour. Okay, 18.2 meters, 15 kilometers an hour. Great Plains planter, ladies and gents. All the planters seem to be around about that sort of thing, apart from the super tiddly ones. All the base game ones, like, you know, look at that, the Kinsey, 18 kilometers. So it's a little bit slower than the Kinsey. It's a little bit slower than the John Deere. Okay, but I like it because it plants everything. Right, switch it on. Lower it down. Now, again, bearing in mind, I've got it attached via the drawbar to the tractor. It's not connected directly to the tractor. It's connected to the drawbar, and it's the drawbar that's connected to the tractor. And ladies and gents, look at me go. Look at me rip it across the field, ladies and gents. We are absolutely nailing it. So yeah, it is possible, if you want to, completely ruin your experience in game and destroy all immersion. It is possible to speed farm still in Farming Simulator 22. However, like I say, it is kind of dependent on having the drawbar mod installed, purchased and equipped to your tractor. It also is dependent on the machine, the equipment that you're pulling, okay? Specifically, it only works with equipment that is trailed, that has a trailer connection, okay? Like the drawbar, like the plough, like the culti-plough, like the cultivators. I've got the big 18 meter case cultivator by custom modding, okay? I've got that. So if I hop out of here, so yeah, the big 18 meter case plough from custom modding, which if we go into cultivators, I think it's in cultivators, we have a look at it. Does 15 kilometers an hour, requires 500 horsepower. Okay, I can guarantee you the little JCB Fast Track can pull this with the drawbar, and it can reach speeds of, you know, 40-50 kilometers an hour on the right field with the right elevation. So yes, anything that has a trailer type attacher kind of works, with one or two exceptions, and I'll point those out to you right now. For example, fertilizer spreader, lime spreader, it has a trailer type attacher. However, it does not operate any faster when used with the drawbar. It still operates at the same speed. And that, I think, is because it's coded, the speed of these machines is coded a little bit different than a cultivator or a plough or a seeder, because it's more linked into like the application rate of the material and stuff is linked to it. So unfortunately, you can't super speed lime spreading or fertilizer spreading. The stone picker, okay, the rock picker, that does work. It does work with the rock picker. So if you're one of these people that thinks rock picking is a little bit slow and tedious, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can now super speed rock picking by using it with a drawbar. Okay. What about mulching? Mulching. Can we do mulching at super speed? Unfortunately, no. Because all the mulchers in game connect via 3-point hitch, not trailer. So unfortunately, you cannot do mulching at super speed because actually, with the drawbar equipped to your tractor, you can't actually connect these types of machines because you need the 3-point hitch. You need the 3-point link. To be able to activate the to bypass, I say, not activate, to bypass the speed and power requirements of the equipment attached to the drawbar. Same goes for the mower. Cannot use the mower with the setup because again it's got 3-point hitch connection only. I haven't tested it with a loading wagon. I don't know if the loading wagon picks up any faster or not. But it's got a trailed attacher. Maybe it picks up, but then I'm guessing it probably runs into problems because the pickup on loading wagons has a max litres per second value. So if you start going too fast, it will stop it won't be able to actually keep up. It won't actually be able to pick up all the stuff flowing through. You'll be overloading it. What else have I tested it with? Well, sadly you can't do it with a weeder, again, because it's a 3-point hitch. Or a hoe. Can't do it with the hoe either, because it's a 3-point hitch. I've tried it with the rollers, and unfortunately, doesn't seem to work with the rollers, despite them also being trailed attachers. For some reason, doesn't work with the rollers. Balers. Again, haven't tried it with the baler yet. Unfortunately, I don't have any fields currently on my map here that I can test it on. However, I'm going to think for the same reason as the loading wagon, it probably doesn't work because, again, you've got a set pickup litres per second value. If you start driving too fast, you're going to leave loads of material lying everywhere. As I say, the hoe doesn't work because, again, 3-point hitch. But I have discovered, like I say, and again, soil roller, you know, for needs rolling. To remove the needs rolling after you've seeded doesn't work with that either. But this harrow here does work. So from my test, plows, subsoilers, cultivators, disc harrows, seeders, planters that have a trailer attachment work. So for example, if I was to try it with this seeder here, the Caverland seeder, this does not work because again, this connects via the 3-point link. I would need to remove my drawbar to be able to attach to this tractor, this vehicle here. But there we go, ladies and gents. I just wanted to show you how you can do some speed farming without editing or modifying any files. I believe this will work on consoles because I do believe the drawbar mod is available on the PlayStations and the Xboxes. So for you Xboxes and PlayStation players out there, this might be the closest you get to living in PC world and being able to modify your equipment to do crazy mental stuff. Again, like I say, not endorsing it as such. I wanted just to point out that it's still there. You can still do it. There will be some players that do it because they can't help themselves. They can't play the game properly. But I didn't think, you know, if I didn't put this video out there, someone else would have done eventually at some point. And hey, I might as well have the views, the likes, the thank yous in the comment section showing this than somebody else. So I might as well do it from purely from a content creation standpoint. You know, I needed to make the video, but as I say, it's not something you're going to see me. I'm not going to be doing it in my Let's Plays. I'm not going to be doing it in multiplayer. Although I did do it yesterday, just because obviously I discovered it yesterday by accident in multiplayer, and then I was testing it out with different things so I could come and make this video. But I think when I'm playing multiplayer, what I will manually do is I will manually set my cruise control on my tractor to the vehicle's speed to limit how fast I can go when I'm using the drawbar. As I say, the drawbar is just purely supposed to assist me in being able to make nice tight turns without getting all tangled up in the machine behind me, you know, the machine that or tool that I'm pulling behind me. It's not supposed to bypass the need for you to have the right tool, the right vehicle in terms of horsepower. So for example, there's no way in real life that that tractor, the JCB, should operate that plough. Okay. In fact, actually, let me do a quick little test, another little side test for you, ladies and gents. Okay, just took that off, and we're going to chuck off the drawbar. Okay, so now we've removed the item. So now tractor and plough are directly connected. And now we struggle. Now we are struggling. I can still go at 12 kilometers an hour. The plough's rated speed. However, I can hear that the tractor is absolutely maxed out. So yeah, 435 horsepower requirement on the plough, and the JCB Fast Track has at most 235. So it's actually about, it is 200 horsepower lower powered than the plough, but it's still able to pull it. I thought it would have struggled a little bit more. You'll probably find it struggles on that bit of the field where there's that noticeable hill. Let's try that. Let's go over there, shall we? It's still going at 12. It's still going at 12. It's obviously in very low gear, very low range. But yeah, the drawbar, like I say, unlocks the speed. Unlocks the speed. There we are, ladies and gents. There's a one of those for science videos where I share something I have discovered in game with you all. Use that knowledge as you will, like I say. If I hadn't put this video out there, I'm sure somebody else would have discovered the trick and done the video, and I might as well get the hundreds and thousands and millions of views for doing it than somebody else. That's purely it at the end of the day. Like I say, It's not something I'm going to actively encourage people to do. Like I say, I think it does break the game somewhat when you are speed cheating, as a member of my multiplayer server calls it. Oh, you're speed cheating. Speed cheating. Yes, we don't encourage speed cheating, ladies and gents. But know that although Giants did patch the original method in the game, there is a workaround. There is a way you can still unlock speed and power, which, as we know, is the greatest combination in the world. There is nothing in the world that can't be solved. There's just no problem that can't be solved with speed and power. So there we go, ladies and gents. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been CWATTY. Goodbye for now.